Come and jump in the ride, hop on the bus. We gon' slide, be outside when we pick you up. Take you to a place where you can open up your mind. Say what you gotta say, and nobody blinks an eye. You on the long bus, with short thoughts, long bus, with short thoughts, long bus, with short thoughts. You on the long bus, with short thoughts, long bus, with short thoughts, long bus, with short thoughts. At the bus stop and whatnot with some blunts in my lunchbox. Enough stock to last the whole show. Got a whole packed road. The place about to go, better keep your glass cold. I jump in, meet my other friends. Big respect, gotta show love to them. You wouldn't believe who they bumping in. Why you looking like that? You coming in? Anyway, this is Matt, that's Steve. What a rich Danny. There's Jason, there's Robin, that's the other Steve. This the whole damn team, the whole stampede. Welcome to the show. Go ahead and speak. Make yourself at home. Here, take a seat. Let your mind free. Hit a little tree. Take a little drink. Whatever you need. Whatever you need. Jump in the ride.
What's up, fellas? Welcome to show 58.
Yo.
So we're going to get the business out of the way. Like, share, subscribe, follow. I don't know if that actually helps, but we're just going to keep saying it until it does. Thank you to Habits Glass and Goodies for helping us keep the lights on here. 3 locations in Omaha, 101st and Maple, one on 84th and J, and one over in the Florence neighborhood off of North 30th. And then we would like to thank the Thirst Trap Mobile for keeping us hydrated and keeping us moving.
Where they at today?
Where they at today? Yeah, you needed that today, didn't you, boss? I thought about that when you woke up. I was like, oh, they ain't going to make it here before we got to record. So we got Steve, we got Danny, we got Rich, and then we got Richard Miller here from MIL MUZIQ GROUP.
What up?
What's happening?
Yeah, welcome. We're going to get you with the...
Oh, snap.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing the crowd. So, how old of a guy are you?
So, I am 35 years old.
All right.
Damn, I remember when I was that young.
I don't.
You got it.
Yeah, I'm 35. I actually been doing music for a short period of time, or what I perceive to be a short period of time. So, I want to be doing it 5 years.
Okay.
And so I meet a lot of people who've been doing it 10, 15. And I'm like, okay, how do we do this thing? How do we do this local music thing? And so I started connecting with people and figuring it out.
Yeah. Originally from Florida?
Yeah, Miami.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, right?
Miami.
And moved to Sioux City.
Shout out 305.
Miami. I love Miami.
Dade County, baby. We here.
Yeah, I love Miami. Miami's nice. I got to go
That's
back.
where that energy on stage, a couple videos, he's got pretty good energy.
Yeah.
That's where that comes from.
Miami for sure.
We scrolled through YouTube and stuff and we're watching videos and you got that energy on stage, bro. You up there jumping and I'm too fat for that right now. I'm down 65 pounds, but I ain't quite there yet.
Yeah, that's the Miami flavor, man. We down in Miami, we party people, we fun, like lit, always lit.
Yeah, I was over on South Beach. I love it.
South Beach, yeah. That's where you get down at South Beach, man.
So,
I can't wait to do a show there because I haven't done one yet, but I'll definitely be going down there on the beach and get it in.
What's up?
Yeah.
Sure.
So music for 5 years. What have you been doing for work to kind of support the music? Or are you full-time music now, or?
No. I was full-time music. I got an opportunity to because my career is sales, so I do sales, and so I got an opportunity to be a sales manager at Rent-A-Center, and so I took the job and decided to.
Steve's a Rent-A-Center OG.
Steve's a Rent-A-Center OG.
I went there back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Repo man. Yeah, I used to. Ricky still the GM.
Oh, you know Ryan?
He wasn't.
Yeah, Ricky.
He was my store manager.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ryan's
That's
funny
funny.
too.
Small world.
Yeah, very small world.
That's crazy.
Ryan's cool, man.
That's crazy. All right. So Steve still sells cars and
I get it. I just be trying not to break nothing. That's all I be doing is walking around trying to mess nothing up. I think my second day, I broke a TV. And I was and he was like, "What happened here?" I was like, "I don't know."
The box it fell over.
It came like that. That's funny.
So what? I guess where did the music start?
Oh yeah. Okay. So this is finna be crazy.
Okay.
Listen. So my father and my mom are heavy church people, and so my dad has been a musician and a minister of music for God, eons. It's like since before I was born. And so he taught me everything with music. And my mom and dad actually met in church at a church service. And so my mom was a singer and my dad played the organ and everything like that. And so they kind of met just on a whim at like a revival or something like that. It would just random churches come together and just put on something. And that's how they met.
That's what's
And
up.
after that, they said amen, and then I popped out. That's what
Let's
happened.
not go into details.
And then obviously with him playing the organ and whatnot, you know, it just always being in with her singing. Yeah, I guess.
I started out playing drums,
Okay.
and then moved to saxophone. Started playing a little bit of bass guitar, and I do organ and piano, and you know, sing and write and rap and everything else. Produce everything.
That's what's up. So
Yeah.
little
And
bit
I
of
dance. I do
Okay.
a little bit of that too. And so I started out as a worship leader, actually. And when there was a time where I had experienced something negative in the church and I wasn't able to voice it. And so I just was like, I need to find an outlet to be able to voice, you know, how I feel.
Yeah.
And music was that. So I got a little small MacBook and got a USB microphone and just started creating stuff. And I got a little Casio piano that was like $25 at Best Buy.
There you go.
And I just started creating and making stuff. And so I used to record. I used to make the beat on the piano and then put the mic on the piano and record the beat.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you got to improvise somehow.
Hey, you got it done.
Got the job
Yeah, I
done.
started
Gotta
out like that.
improvise.
I used to bang on the tables and they're like, oh, that's how you do it. Okay. And then I used to, you figure it out.
I gotta give. I respect that, dude.
Yeah.
I'm a hillbilly. If I don't have a tool, I'll make a tool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You figure
so
it
I
out.
gotta give you respect for that. That's
For sure, yeah, it was interesting, and then it just started to evolve, and you know, today, you know, I'm doing a lot. So
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
yeah, it's lit.
So it seemed like a lot of your music was kind of more motivating
Mhm.
and
Right.
I don't know. You have a more of a conscious about what you're putting out. It
Yes.
seemed to me.
Yes.
So I kind of my time is now only God, straight to the top. You know, just kind of things that I was like, hey, he's things my kids can listen to.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Which is a bonus for me, man. I got a 15-year-old. You know, he can hear whatever it is. What it
He
is.
looks like he's 26.
Yeah, he does. He's bigger than almost all of us.
He is bigger than all of us.
And then but I got an 8-year-old, another one that turns 7 here in a few days, and then a 2-year-old, almost 2-year-old. So I
Nice.
still got a lot of years of trying to pick the music wisely, so I don't end up
Yeah.
with a little me.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I'm very conscious about what I put out as far as musically. At first, my music started out really dark because I was just talking crap about like how I felt and how people treated me and blah blah blah, and that was just to get all of the gunk out. You know what I mean? And so over time, I started to do happier, more positive music, and then the purpose came when I said, okay, now that I'm actually moving and grooving, I got a few people listening to me and doing whatever. What do I want to do with this? And I decided to just encourage people. And so most of my music is just simply encouraging people to be the best that they are and to, get money, be successful, like just turn up, have a good time in it and celebrate life.
I mean, let's face it, dude. A lot of the world people suck.
Yeah.
Like, we all
Yeah.
need to hear that we should all work on being better for each
Everybody
other.
needs to hear the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah. Because my concept for MIL, it stands for Music is Life.
Okay.
And so that's kind of the movement that is associated with the music and the brand and everything that I'm doing. And so because a lot of people, this is how I came up with the concept. I've met a friend of mine who was kind of in this like music changing lives. And I studied frequencies and I studied music industry and I studied how they've influenced the communities on the negative side. And I was like, well, let's take the same concept, flip it around, and let's add some positivity into what we do and still be lit, still be cool, still shut it down and still have all the energy and all the fun and everything. But that was something that was extremely important. And if they're able to do it on the negative side, then we could use the same tools.
Oh, yeah.
And, do it on the positive side.
A lot of people don't
Reverse
realize what
engineering.
frequencies do.
Yeah. Frequencies affect the body crazy.
Immensely.
And
You got to go way back in our shows, but we talked about how music influenced us as kids.
Yes.
And we grew up in the '90s, kind of that gangster rap.
Yes.
And rebelling and training. We were in the streets ourselves, so that was kind of what fit with us. And
Yeah.
really looking back at how that had influenced our mindset and the way we moved as kids and growing up into the getting out of high school and whatnot.
Yeah, I would listen to Trick Daddy.
Oh, yeah.
I listened to DJ Khaled, Rick Ross. 50
Anybody's
Cent.
not from Florida? Okay.
Yeah, 50 Cent. Yeah, 50 Cent. I'm a Florida boy, so I got to represent Florida. But yeah, 50 Cent was huge. I watched his Get Rich or Die Trying, and that was very, very inspirational.
Yeah.
Coming from that kind of depth. 'Cause I'm from Miami, and not the nice part of Miami either. So you can't walk down the street and go to school like it's really interesting because kids get jumped and get beat up and broken up and all that stuff just from simply walking down the wrong block just to go to school.
That was me as a kid.
That was you as a kid. Yeah. I had to fight every morning.
I
man.
got
You
my
just
Walking
ass-
down the mean streets of Britain.
No, it was
like-
this is when I was in Lincoln.
yeah.
When I was young in Lincoln, man, I would walk home from school and get beat up by the same group of kids every
Yeah.
day until I started playing basketball, and then I had some people start escorting me home
Yeah.
and shit. But it was that, so I understand that.
Yeah. Sports play a huge role in a child's life. So if you could definitely get him in some sports and get some friends with him, and
It helps with confidence.
Yeah, it helps with
with
confidence,
stature.
yeah.
I mean, it
For
is-
sure.
Yeah.
because that's what happened with me. Because I started playing basketball. I was a big basketball guy, and I started playing football in middle school right before I went to high school. And I was like, dude, you can like slam people. I was like, I like this.
That's where, see, my pops used to kick the shit out of me, and I had all this anger inside when I figured out football was that was my vent.
Yes. Yeah, it was lit.
You have kids?
I have two.
All right.
And I have two biological kids, and then I have like 1,000 like non-biological kids. Just I'll be moving. But the point,
Steven?
They just call you dad out there.
No, I have two stepdaughters. I have one stepson, and I have two biological kids,
All right.
which are girls. And I'm looking to get some boys. And, you know what I mean? So listen.
That sounded like an audition right there.
If your mom's just looking.
Next Tuesday, we need the lines around the corner.
Dude,
I had 4 sons. I couldn't have a daughter. I tried all.
Have a daughter?
Yeah.
I think I'm a girl dad for sure. But I'm gonna try.
I'm in
couple
the
more
same
times.
boat, man. I got nothing but girls. I got
Nothing
one
but girls.
boy. My boy's the oldest.
How do you like
I got
raising
3 and
girls?
3, so
3 and 3?
I'm-
Man, that'd be the perfect.
With me,
Nah,
raising
4
girls, I'm overprotective.
Yes.
With the girls, I'm
Yes.
overprotective.
Yeah.
Oh,
Snap
yeah.
out.
Oh, yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
It's just my 2 oldest daughters. I taught them to fight like men.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Don't take no crap, and they do. You know, they're very easy to get along with, but
They can go there.
The alpha comes out.
They
of
can
them.
go there.
Yeah, they can go there. So, but yeah, I'm real overprotective of my girls. You know,
Yeah.
and they're older. 20, 23, 21.
Okay.
And then I got a 10-year-old.
How old are you?
I'm 44.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Boy, you look young.
He a year older.
How about
than
that
me.
drink, Steve?
What? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What?
What's
He's
that?
a year older than me.
That New York water, man.
I need to go
New
back
York
against
water.
him.
I'm not gonna say how old I am. We ain't going.
Danny used to ride dinosaurs.
Oh,
I understand that with the girl part. I'm tough on my stepson. But the girls, I just be like, give them whatever they want.
I'm saying, but I'm just overprotective.
For sure.
I
I hate the day I get a phone call and somebody's like, oh, somebody did something.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, I'm
2-year-old.
It's over.
With the
Yeah.
2-year-old, it being my last baby, I have found myself spoiling him a little more than any of the other kids,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah, 'cause he
like,
got
I
his
need to
shit
quit this.
Damn.
I need to quit this.
You spoil them,
He
man.
clipped that shit.
So what do you do for fun? What's your vents?
Well, I study.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, which is a weird thing. Like I said, I'm kind of a really unorthodox guy. I'm kind of like the best of everything. You know what I mean? Because I study history. I love studying history, which is why I study the game. And studied the greats before me and was like, okay, what are some of the nuances that they use to be successful? And I had to learn that and had to do my homework and pay homage, you know what I mean, to the people who went before me. And that's something that I'm really big with. So one of my lines I have, shout out to the OGs every time they spin this song in one of my tracks that I have. And it's just to say, hey, like, you guys are amazing. Thank you for paving the way. Like,
you wouldn't be there without them.
Wouldn't be there without them. You know what I mean? And that's something that doesn't happen as often from the younger guys to the older generation. And just to understand, because the things that they've been able to accomplish before us is monumental. You know what I mean? And nothing has under the sun has never been done before. Somebody has always done it. You just don't know about it.
Yeah.
And you gotta research. And so I've learned a lot of different things studying Jay-Z and studying like all their walks of life. Like, it's been incredible to see what they've done and the obstacles they overcame. And that helped me navigate my way, you know, especially I'm in Sioux City. So I have to navigate my way in Sioux City with the politics and everything like that. Everybody getting mad with each other and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna stand over here, do my thing and be cool with everybody.
Yeah.
And so
Sioux City's kind of a sloppy place, right? Like,
what do you mean?
Here we go.
Is that where you're at right now?
That's where I live, yeah.
Oh, in Sioux City?
Like, Sioux City.
Oh, I
Like-
didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I probably shouldn't have said it that way.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it like that.
No,
I just meant it's kind of a,
it's a mesh.
yeah.
It's
that's
a mesh
kinda what I'm
of
looking for.
people,
Yeah,
because
it's a
you have
melting pot.
you have Africans, you
Yeah.
have a lot of Asians that come there. You have your typical black people, white people, you have Spanish, you have everything there. And that's one of the great things. We actually, one of the few places I see that we can do just about any type of genre of show and have a lot of people come. You know what I mean? Like the quinceañeras up there be popping way more than the shows do. It'll be lit, yeah. It'll be lit, man. That's why I got the hat concept was from. One of those.
A giant hat.
Yeah, giant hat. I was like, yo, these sombreros. What is that? It's like, I love it. Let's do it. Let's do something like that. And I found that hat, and that's, if you guys see any hats like that around, definitely let me know, because I'm looking to buy some more, because it's really hard to find the people who make those.
Right. That's
Yeah.
what 24th Street. It was like a big pink hat.
it's like a big floppy
foam, yeah.
cowboy
It's like
hat.
20 gallon hat or
Yeah,
some
it's like
shit, wasn't
huge
it?
foam hat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge, bro.
It's like made out of this material.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, super lit.
I seen you've had Houston Alexander doing some DJing
Yes.
for you and stuff.
No, because okay, so I was at shout out to It's a Vibe crew. Shout out to Lachey Music, man. They brought in Houston Alexander to be like the hosting DJ for this event, for the It's a Vibe event, which is like a comedy and music kind of blend festival thing. And so he came out, and that was my first time ever meeting him. And I've been a huge fan of him for the longest. And I didn't even know he was gonna be there. And so when I arrived, and I was like, "Oh snap! That's." And then I was like, "Yeah, that's him." I was like, I walked up to him. I was like, "How you doing, sir? How's everything?" And he just looked at me like, "I'll beat the shit out of you." And I was like, "All right, I'm just gonna say what's up, and I'm gonna keep it moving."
Houston funny as hell.
He's
man.
funny.
Yeah, he's lit.
He's got a button over there.
Yeah, first time I
Yeah.
shook Houston's hand was out front here, and
Yeah.
he's like, I was like, everybody warned me about your handshake and whatnot, and he's like, yep, that's my masturbation hand, and I'm like,
Yeah,
Got him.
all right, all right,
yeah.
Got him.
Yeah, he dances a little bit when you see me perform. Because at first he was like, when I first met him, he didn't know who I was. So I'm just walking up to him, just like, yo, what's up? And he was just like, what's up, what's happening? And then so when I went and performed, and after I performed, he looked at me and he was like, I dig that. And I was like, okay, I got the thumbs up from Houston. We good. We good. I'm finna take over the world now. It's over with.
Great DJ, great radio host.
Yeah.
Dude,
Energy is
dude
he
can
got
dance.
energy too,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
Yeah.
And he talks a lot of shit on the mic too, and I like it.
Oh yeah. He's got that personality. That microphone
Yeah, for
personality.
sure. Yeah. Which is rare in the DJing game. You don't really see too much of that.
But he did do radio for a while. So
You gotta hit the button.
I didn't know he did radio.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Yeah, and
He was either a host.
It's like
No,
a
he was the DJ on
The
the
DJ?
they do
Oh, wow.
they do a late night.
Yeah.
Man, I can't
Local.
think of the name of it. Culture Radio.
Culture Shock, Culture Shock Radio.
Yep, yep. They
That's
do
what's
Culture
up.
Shock Radio. It's like it's late nights, like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. But
Yeah, I'll be way too
Yeah.
toasted.
bro, yeah, like I'm 43, man. I be in kids and stuff. I be in bed by 7:30, 8 o'clock sometimes, man.
Yeah.
As soon as them kids go down, I'm
You
like,
get
all
good
right.
sleep, huh?
I mean, I'm up at 4.
At 4?
Yeah.
Fuck that. I go to bed at 11 and get up at 7 and think I'm doing something. I was going to bed at 4.
Yep.
I know.
He said I go to bed at
He hasn't even been to bed yet tonight. I have. Last night. I mean,
Yeah, birthday party.
Yeah, I'm
last
between that
night.
4 to 6 range for
Yeah.
sure for hours, and I wake up and I'm just
Yeah. If I get
Matt,
8 or more on, I can't get out of bed. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, Matt texted me this morning. I was like, "Oh, you up?" I was like, "I don't want to answer this."
Yo.
I knew I hadn't heard from nobody yet, and I'm like, I bet Steve partied last night.
Yeah, when I hit 30s, when the joints start aching in the morning, I was just like, yo, like, what is happening? Like,
It just started. It
Right.
gets so much better.
That's what I'm saying. Shit.
I was like,
Mike, I still go to
yo.
the gym to try to.
It takes me 15 minutes to sit up to the edge of the bed.
Right.
oh,
You gotta,
man.
Well,
you
but
gotta
Dan-
get in that hot
Danny
water,
got
man,
new
just
knees.
to loosen the joints. up.
Yes.
Danny
yes.
got new knees.
I
He
got
had
the
knee
jacuzzi for
replacements.
that, bro. Every morning I hit the jacuzzi. I
I didn't
can't.
get a hot tub. Fuck that.
I
So-
got to.
So when you're writing, I guess, what is your process? Where do you draw your inspirations and stuff from?
Everywhere. A song will come when I'm shitting on the toilet or
Hey.
in the shower. Like it's just
An idea's
random
an idea.
places. Yeah, random places. It really just depends. Because I'm a very vibe kind of guy. So when I'm in a space or in the energy, or if I'm outside or something like that, like I just kind of, I don't know what the phrase is for it, but you kind of just like channel it, channel the energy and just be like, yo, like this is lit. And I'm gonna tell you something crazy. I'm a very sound based guy, so when I'm walking through anywhere, like I stopped at a movie theater one time, and the game system was playing a little jingle, it was like doo, 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 doo. And I was like, oh, that's fire. So I like went live and started freestyling over it. I was like, yo, I'm a music dude. Like, and out here the ice cream truck, and I'm like, yo, that's a beat. Let me take that down.
What's his name? Chingy did that. Not that wasn't Chingy. It was that other kid. He did the ice cream. What the hell's his name?
I don't know.
Chain Hang Low.
Oh,
Remember he used the ice cream beat on that one?
Oh, what was his
I
name?
remember that. I don't remember it. I can hear the song
J-
right
J.
now.
Quan?
I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Was it J-
Yeah.
Jaquan? J-
I don't know.
I don't know his name.
Yeah. I remember.
But that was the ice cream truck. Dude.
Yeah.
That song was
Yeah.
good too, though.
Yeah,
I hear little stuff like that and just get inspired, man. Yeah, all the time.
you hear that stupid backpack song? Got Dora singing in it.
What?
He said
Yeah,
Dora.
I'll play it.
No,
It's-
please don't.
Oh,
It's
not-
funny,
not
dude.
Dora.
He's like, nah,
I
He's
heard
like-
like, Dora when the kids
Dora.
growing up.
bro,
Oh,
it's,
Dora, no purple dinosaurs.
Oh
I'm good.
my god,
bro, it's
not
funny.
Dora.
He's talking about Glocks in his backpack and it's Dora's backpack, and
Holy shit,
it's
That's
funny.
Crazy.
It's funny. Had me laughing. So, if I was a new fan or you was just meeting somebody and there were like 3 songs that are going to explain you,
Okay.
what 3 would those be?
The first song would be "Only God," would be one. The second one would be "My Time," and then the third one would be the one that I'm gonna drop soon,
All right.
which is called "Mind Right."
Mind right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Does it
that
come
I'll
out?
be dropping Friday.
That's
Friday.
Yeah,
Okay.
this
it's funny
Friday.
that I had 2 of those 3 songs, and I ain't know about the other one. So
Yeah, that would basically catch people up to date to
All
where
right.
I'm at right now.
well, this will be coming out next Friday,
Oh, sweet. Okay, yeah.
so we'll be able to. Yeah, send me a when you do drop it. Send me a
Gotcha.
link and I'll push it out on
Sweet.
our page too.
Yeah, I'll do that for sure. But that was huge, man. Just music is amazing. I love it. It's one of the foundations of my life, and that's something that everybody can't say, but I know I can say it, and a lot of music heads can say it too. And that's one of the hugest things that I love about music, because you're able to talk your stuff, you're able to represent for yourself, for your family, for everybody.
Yeah.
And that's something that's big.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, sometimes helping people get through shit. I had a funeral yesterday, and
Yeah.
I spent the morning listening to. I had the
Sorry for your loss,
Crossroads.
by the way. Yeah, sorry for that. Yeah,
It happens more as we get older, you know. And,
it's true.
but I was playing the old, Crossroads and
Yes,
playing a bunch of that.
yes.
Table the Truth here locally just dropped this
go.
Letter to the Turf was on his new
Yeah.
Gemini 2, and
They coming to Sioux City. Just remember. Yeah.
Yep.
King ISO and all them.
Oh,
coming to
yeah,
Sioux City.
yeah.
It was lit.
Some good people right there. ISO and
Yeah.
Tabo.
Yeah.
Some cool, good people.
Yeah.
No, the more group therapy tours coming around everywhere.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
excited to see that myself.
Yeah, I opened up for him, not the last time he was here, but the time before that. I was able to perform with him. I seen him live, and he's lit live. King ISO and Tabo.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
Oh yeah.
They're crazy live.
Or, yeah, them and DJ Doc, they'll get a whole
Yes.
crowd moving it.
Yes.
They work well together.
Very. Very.
So with that, 3 artists that you have worked with that are fire,
Mm-hmm.
and then 3 that you would like to work with down the road.
Like did shows with or did
Do
music
you
with?
do shows, do music?
Anything?
Yeah.
Ludacris.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Ludacris was an amazing experience. Amazing
You
experience.
did a show with him?
He came to the Hard Rock in Sioux City.
Good.
And I was the first up on stage, and so I was able to just be an MC and work the crowd and do my thing, and that was huge. Genuine, I opened up for him too when he was at the Hard Rock as well. Now some local guys that I would mention is I worked with a guy named C Note.
Okay.
He's super dope. I've worked with it's on TJ Phi is his name. Amazing artist, and he's kind of he is kind of like blind in one eye, and so he's able to work a stage still. You know what I mean? And be able to walk around and get the crowd going and everything like that with minimal vision. I think that is awesome.
Yeah.
Crazy awesome. And who else did I work with? I got an artist by the name of Jay Money that I work with. He's only 13 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, a little kid.
Got a little crisscross coming in or what?
I don't know. You might be a little crisscross. Yeah, he's lit though. Like he performs at a lot of my big shows that I have. He performs with me. I also have Thugs Bunny, who's my mascot. He's blowing up as well. I got a mascot, Thugs Bunny.
I did see the video, a video of him.
Bunny, yeah. He's super lit. That's my stepson. So
All right.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
yeah, he performs with me and has a great time. He's really good energy too. So he handles. So I do at my shows. I have a lot of props, a lot of things that I throw out to the crowd. I have bubbles. I have all kind of crazy stuff going on. And so him and my team basically takes care of all of that. So all I have to do is perform.
All right.
And so I work the crowd, and then they just come and assist and be able to throw all the props and everything out. And at the Ludacris show, I had a big giant super soaker, and I was like wetting people off the stage, and like, and I was like jumping into the crowd. It was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh yeah.
No, you definitely have that energy, and I love that you're doing the bubbles and all that, because all those little things just adds another element to it.
Yeah, because I got the mascot from Snoop Dogg.
All right.
Oh yeah.
For sure, yeah. The mascot from Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg, I seen a video of him. He was performing on somewhere. It's like 20,000 people or something crazy. And I saw him bring out it was like a dog. It was like a dog suit outfit, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And it was super lit. I was like, oh, snap, I didn't know Snoop had a mascot. I said, I'm finna get me one. I'm definitely finna get me one. Like I said, you watch the greats and you learn from them. So I picked that up from him. And I went to a show in Sioux Falls, actually, when I performed in Sioux Falls. There's this little spot out there where the person who engineered the place engineered bubbles into the building. And so whenever they did a show, you could just press a button and just a bunch of bubbles just come down from the sky. And I was like, that's dope.
That's cool as shit.
That's dope.
That is cool.
And the lasers and everything kind of reflected off of the bubbles. It was crazy. I was like, yo, all right, I'm getting bubbles. I'm getting bubbles.
Let there be bubbles.
Yes.
Yep. And then 3 artists you'd love to work with down there.
Man. I would like to work with Kusher Snazzy.
Okay.
Which he's from here. And you talk a big artist. I would like to work with Tim's, actually. Yeah. I want to work with her. On the hip hop side, I would like to work with. I like to work with J. Cole one day.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
J. Cole. I think he's super, super dope.
You got a good singing voice too. I'm assuming that's
Yeah.
the church
Yes.
coming out in you.
Yeah, church back. That's the energy and the music. So when I was a worship leader, I learned. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
I was just saying, what was a crazy story you were gonna say? You were gonna tell us before the show?
Yeah, before the show, we told you to hold it.
What?
Yeah.
So the essence of my music and my performance and everything, I learned that from being a worship leader.
Okay.
And so the same energy that you see on stage when I perform, it's the same energy I have when I'm leading a service at church.
Yeah.
That's where I learned it from.
Okay.
And so I
'Cause
incorporate
you gotta hype that crowd too, right?
Yeah. Because I understood my power of being able to influence people emotionally through the music.
Nice.
And so I just said, yo, I'm finna turn up everywhere. It doesn't matter what genre, it doesn't matter whatever. I'll do country and turn up with some country and get it popping with that. Because energy is energy and people feed off of that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's something that you can connect with the crowd. And so as soon as I get on stage, I started off with like a huge big intro. And I'm just like, ladies and gentlemen, it's the big dog in the building. Y'all better come on and get this thing popping right. And everybody's just like, oh, this is different. And I'm like, yeah, it's going to be a different show. A different show.
That's awesome. And look, this is as a man, I was probably 6 or 8. My mom was kind of looking for a church that would fit a little better, for us, and we ended up into a predominantly black church where everybody was clapping and dancing and shit, and I was like, this is it for me. I was like, I'm trying to go to a church like this instead of like this.
Yeah.
You ever been to Salem Baptist Church?
Nah, but
I heard about that.
Look, Jen,
I heard they snapping. Yeah.
Jen's at a Salem church out by us right now today with Barrett checking it out.
It's down on a lake.
Nah, it's out.
No,
we
the one
are.
I was just saying, Salem Baptist is down on the lake.
And that's a
They
huge
fired.
venue. I mean, the church
they-
is huge.
Yeah, they came to Mount Zion in Sioux City one time.
Okay.
Like maybe 7 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
And the bass player, I was just sitting there looking like, what? The runs he was doing in between the transitions of the song. I was like, dude, this guy is crazy. And he just sitting there looking at me while he's doing it the whole time. I'm just like, okay, you're cold. I get it.
You're looking for a church that you want to be all in through the whole service. Salem Baptist Church down 20.
Shout out to Salem, yo.
And mind you, I went there years ago when I was at how can I put it? When I was at
Be careful.
hold on. I'm trying to
Don't set
Like
yourself
a
up
state
for failure.
issued.
when I was doing community service.
Yeah, what do we call that?
We ain't gonna call it.
Yeah, we call it. What do we call it?
Oh, man.
Well, yeah,
Ministry.
state mandatory
Call it
community service.
ministry.
Out of the street.
No,
Doing ministry.
Well,
Outreach
take a little bit of time
ministry.
take a little bit of time off.
Yeah, man, I was taking a little bit of time off. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, it's a powerful joint. I wouldn't mind going back just to it was experience. If you like that
to
stuff,
the
man,
church, right? Not the
no, it's a
cleanup.
church. No, it's a church. It's a big church. You can't miss it.
I ain't gonna lie. My first church that I went to when I was a kid, like my pastor was like the biggest gangster in town, and that's kind of so my image of church was a little
gangsters?
Yeah, it was gangsters. Like it was all the biggest drug dealers was in church. They all came and gave their tithes and whatnot, and you get to see like some of the biggest, like scariest kingpin people you ever seen just come. I'm like, how the pastor know all these people? Like, this is crazy. He was like, and my pastor looked, he said, everybody need a pastor.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
here's 5
dang.
bands, pray for me.
Yeah, because the stuff they doing,
Praying
is
hard,
crazy.
my guy.
And I get it.
Here's a new down payment on that Mercedes. Please pray for me.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, because they'll come in and they'll pay respect to the pastor. Like everybody would be afraid of him. Nobody will talk to him, but they'll come and they'll pay respect to the pastor. And I thought that was really interesting for them to live the life and to have the path that they've had, but still be able to reference, the fact of a higher power and be spiritual. Like I was like, man, this is crazy because what you hear, especially from like the media and stuff like that, when it comes to people of that life, you think they paint them in such a bad negative light.
Yeah.
And so when in church, I got to see a different side. So I was like, yeah, I never saw them be rude or anything to anybody. Like they were always the nicest people.
Shit, some of the most gangster dudes I knew prayed before every meal.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, and I pray for every meal too. I'll still get you though. And so I get it. I understand. And I grew up in that world where it was like the best of both worlds, where you had church and you also had a church that was right next to the trap house.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so you'll see people go to church and ask for forgiveness and then go right next door. Go right next door. And I'll just be like, man, and the pastor would be like, look, at least they coming. At least they're they're thinking about it, and that's his job.
Sometimes it's got to start with the thought, and
and
then be
it
followed
grows from
up
there.
by be followed up by you trying.
If you're not thinking about it, you're never going to do it.
And then I got older and started seeing what really be going on in the church, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
It's a lot of crooked shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff that happens in church, and my dad really shielded me from a lot of it when I was a kid, and so I appreciate that. Thank you, Dad, for doing that, because I think my image of church would have been tarnished if I would have been exposed to that too early, and not being able to develop and mature. But once I got older and started becoming my own worship leader and doing church on my own without my father, being there to guide me and stuff like that, and it was a lot of things that I got exposed to that I was like, oh wow, okay, so this was when he told me, hey son, go sit over there, let me go talk to such and such, and that was the reason why he was doing that. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. So kids, don't be mad at your parents when they tell you to sit down somewhere.
It's called shielding.
Yes, shielding. Yes.
So new music coming out Friday. Is it a new song or new album?
The new song.
Okay.
Yeah, new song called Mind Right. And it's talking about recently, and I've never spoken this on air, so I guess this would be a great time to do it. So recently, maybe 6 months ago, I went through a pretty traumatic episode to where I was found in a cornfield. And my experience during that time really messed me up a lot, and went through a lot of emotional stuff, and they had to like make sure I wasn't crazy and all that kind of stuff because I found out some things and had to really take a break, and nobody knew where I was. I just went on a walk, and they called the police and freaked out, and everybody was looking for me and stuff like that. And when I came out of the cornfield, it was I saw life a little differently, and that's what the song is about. It's about like, okay, now that you've been through this really crazy experience, and it really opened up a lot of doors and started a lot of conversations with people, family members, everything. You know what I mean? And now that I've had those conversations, understood and grown a lot, I think my mind is right now to be able to go into the next phase of everything in my life. And so this song kind of marks that transition.
Okay.
Yeah, it marks that transition.
All right.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Coming out of the cornfield like children of the corn.
Yeah. It was one of those situations where it was like, it was like I could either go to jail, the police could shoot me, or they can have some grace and actually have a conversation. And luckily, they found my phone and was able to call my girl. And so she was like, don't shoot him. He's a black guy.
Oh,
damn. I hate
And
that.
she said that immediately. And I was just like,
You gotta say that.
thank you, baby. Like,
That's because you know what? Some of these officers out here, they
Yeah, I hate
They
that
don't
it's,
think.
Yeah,
I
it
hate
was
that it's
wild.
that way, man.
Yeah, it was wild. Like, and that was one of the things. Like, it was like, who were you running from? I was like, y'all. Like, I was running from y'all. Like, I'm not trying to get caught with y'all. Like, you know what I mean? And so, but they were like, yeah, well, we talked to somebody and they kind of explained the situation and da 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 da. And so I was like, okay, cool. And so came out and went and got checked out, and then got back and went back home. And it was just an incredible experience, and just learning a lot about life and the people around you, man. You learn, like, there's so many secrets in families.
Oh yeah.
So many secrets in families, and when you really have the conversations and get exposed to a lot of them, man, it breaks your heart sometimes. You know what I mean? And you have to. I don't
Look,
even know
man.
how to explain it.
Look, the cornfield is what it is, bro. I
Yeah.
always look. If I'm at my worst, I either go to the lake and sit by the lake,
Mhm.
or I go to the trees, man.
Yeah,
And just
yeah,
I'll go walk through the woods and just to the nature of it, you know,
Mhm.
and the calmness and the quiet is what it does for me,
Yeah.
you know, when I need to be away or I'm gonna do some
yeah.
punching of a, car. Who knows? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I'm just
something,
I
yeah.
don't allow myself to be. I'll take myself out and just go.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to separate sometimes and
Yeah.
just, go get a peace of mind sometimes. And being that I'm from Miami, I don't know nothing about a cornfield. So don't ask me no questions about
get
cornfields
lost.
and corn. But, being out here, that's basically the only thing that's around here.
Yeah.
So I was like, if I'm going to take a walk, might as well just go out here and,
Yeah.
go take a walk and think about life and about family and the direction and what you want to do. And, a lot of times that's how I kind of figure out, okay, these are the moves that I want to make this year and get my path together. And
Yeah.
so I do that quite a bit, get in touch with nature.
Yeah. Well, and the walking's healthy too.
Yeah, 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 definitely. I'm working on my little stomach here, getting my summer body ready. So
There you go.
so doing those walks is
Watch out. He just let
definitely
you know that
beneficial.
thong's about to pop out.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
God.
What just happened?
I know that went left, didn't it?
What the fuck just happened?
They was talking about thongs and shit. You all right over there?
Nah, it's interesting because health, if you ain't healthy, you can't do nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Can't do nothing.
We all been working on our health a little bit. I have been stuck at 314 pounds for like a year.
14.
314.
Nice.
But I was 365 down to 314. Been stuck there for a year, but last week I got on the scale and I was down to 307.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
So we're
That's
Yeah,
the stress.
I was
That's not the good
315,
shit.
yeah.
That's the stress.
that's the stress of life. It has been a rough
Yeah.
6 weeks.
I went to college at Briarcliff.
Yeah.
And I played ball there, and I was at 315 when I was playing ball, and so I got down to now I'm like 242.
Yeah.
And so my journey just been. When do you eat? What's your hours? Yeah, that you eat.
I mean, I usually like 8, noon,
Talk
and
about
then
intermittent
5.
fast.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
intermittent fast.
Yeah, I do intermittent fasting. I usually try to eat my meal around 2, and then I'll probably have a snack like later on. But it's
One meal a day.
Yeah, I try to do 1 meal a day if I can. Yeah, and that's what actually changed everything. So I didn't work out as much, and I didn't even change like what I ate as far as like health wise. I just decided to eat 1 meal a day. And then go, because I study everything, so I figured out it takes like 24 hours and 72 hours for certain foods to go through your system. So
Yeah, did you know red meat takes like fucking forever?
yeah, it takes forever to get through your body for sure.
Yeah, and I've never studied any of that. My biggest problem was I used to eat like 2 meals at a time.
Yeah. I used to be like that too. Me and my dad shut down the Golden Corral one time. It was crazy.
That chocolate fountain stopped
Just-
working, didn't it?
What?
Portioning lost me like the first 45 pounds, but now I'm to the point where the portioning has stopped helping so
That's
much.
because
And
your body knows your body's special, man. Your body adapted. Yeah. So now it's used to this. So now you got to shock it.
Hey, you got to do something else.
Yeah, I'm into all that. Like today, I'm not eating. I'm doing like a 32, 36 hour fast.
Nice.
I haven't eaten since.
See, I ain't got to the 32 hours.
I've done the 72 before.
You kill it.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, but like they said, you do the research and it's very, very, very beneficial for you.
Yeah.
It does all the cleansing and stuff. But I'm kind of going through it, so I'm keeping today as a.
It's the stress for you too, huh?
Me?
Yeah.
There's all kinds of shit for me. So I'm gonna fast, do some praying, and then I'll eat tomorrow. I'll get out of the
Eat
gym.
tomorrow. Listen, everybody, drink more.
Water?
Alcohol?
Clear alcohol.
So you got upcoming shows.
Yes, I'm gonna be doing the museum in Ottawa.
Okay. Ottawa.
Yeah, doing a museum in Ottawa. That'll be in June. I haven't heard back from Saturday in the Park yet. So we'll see if I'll be doing Saturday in the Park this year in Sioux City again.
When is that?
That will be
Saturdays in the park.
July 6th, I believe, somewhere around there. Whatever the first weekend in July is.
All right. So
Yeah.
Ottawa's only 30 minutes from my house. I might come out there.
Yeah, you could. So the museum there has an annual like music festival or something like that. It's really small, but I knew one of the ladies that ran it, and so she was like, "Can you come out and just do a show?" And I was like, "I can't say no to a nice older lady." So I was just like, "Fine, I'll come out and do it." But I do switch it up a little bit.
Stepsons? Did she have sons that could be your new stepsons?
Stupid.
I don't know, Michelle. We'll talk about it. I'll just wait. No, but yeah, she reached out and I went out there and I did it just on some. And I do more covers and stuff like that, so I don't necessarily do my music because the crowd is usually an older crowd.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of blues and a lot of R&B stuff like that, just to sing more because that's what they like. So
yeah,
I told them this year I might do one of my hip hop songs just to see how they go and get crazy a little bit. We'll see.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I want to knock people out their wheelchairs, but we're gonna get it popping.
What is this?
Yeah, I came and screamed at them the first time. I was like, "What's up, everybody?" They were just like, "Ah!"
Fuck around and have a big pair of granny panties thrown at you.
Just watch your eyes.
You're gonna be like, what is this?
It was
What is
not
this?
expecting that.
the
for
blood
sure.
pressure tripled in the room.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. I had to check everybody. I was like, "Y'all doing okay over here? We doing all right? Okay, there's an
Everybody's
ambulance right over here."
pacemakers going off and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
turn
anybody
their
on
hearing
this
aids
side of the
down.
room,
It was
pacemaker
crazy.
quit? Raise your hand.
Oh, pacemaker
It was
ain't
crazy.
gonna quit. That motherfucker's gonna be
That's what I said.
motherfucking.
I shocked their ass, dude. Funny.
That's hilarious. So where can everybody find you?
Okay, you can find me on everywhere, but the main places that I usually do my work at is Facebook, which is MIL MUZIQ Everywhere. So you can just Google MIL MUZIQ. That's MILMUZIQ. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, everywhere, except Apple Music. I'm finna get on Apple Music soon. But other than that, yeah, just Google MIL MUZIQ, MILMUZIQ, and you'll pull up everything, and we'll get it popping. Just ask Siri, who's the most famous rapper in Sioux City, and we'll get it popping.
There it is.
Is that what it is?
Wasn't you
I
said
don't
something
know.
about that?
I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
let's see.
We'll figure it out.
Danny said something about
If
it.
not, I will be soon. Okay, if not, I will be soon.
I
Listen,
seen that and I made that comment. I was like, hey, he's the best. It says so right here.
yeah, it's lit. It's lit because we got a lot of artists in Sioux City as well, and so all of us we're I guess gladiators in Sioux City, so we definitely be talking our stuff and like, no, I'm the best, I'm the best.
Ugh.
And so, and I like it.
It don't matter where you at, man. That's what your heart is at, music.
For sure, yeah.
Bring it to life,
Yeah.
and where you at, you bring that place, that environment to life.
Yeah, I love it, and that's one of the great things about our city because it's so mixed that you can definitely get a nice feel of the energy as far as people who probably with the music, because you can go to a person who just came from Taiwan and be like, hey, listen to this, and they'll just be like, eh. You know what I mean? I'll be like, okay, that means it's lit. Got it. Yeah, because I have my girl's mom and is like 72 and like super religious, super Christian. And I have her listen to my tracks, and I just be like, "What do you think?" Because they're part of my my pool of people that I
really
go
like
to.
the beat.
Yeah, that's what they say. I was like, I don't know what you're saying, but the beat is nice. And I'd be like, okay, so that means we going platinum. Got it.
Got your attention.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got some burgers on the smoker upstairs, so I think we're gonna hit the button and go get our lunch on.
Go ahead. Yeah, let's do it. I'll definitely take a burger.
Yeah. Well, dude, send us any of your promo stuff down the road, and we'll help share it too and help
For
you.
sure. I thank y'all for having me, man. I really
Thank you for
appreciate
coming,
it.
taking the time to come out.
Yeah.
here.
Appreciate it coming down.
Yeah, I had some things come up and had to reschedule, so I
Yeah.
appreciate you working
Oh, yeah.
with all that too.
Got it.
So.
Yeah, for sure. Y'all brought Sioux City and Miami in the building.
Yeah.
I'm
There
with
you
it.
go. There you go.
And you had a show last night.
So you from New York?
I'm from the Bronx.
And you from where?
Springfield, Missouri.
Springfield, Missouri. And you are?
St. Louis.
St. Louis, and you
And I'm here.
from here.
Yeah, Lincoln.
Nice, man. I ain't been to Springfield yet. I'm about to go to Springfield.
They got that Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah, I know.
It's
got
huge there.
methamphetamines.
It's methamphetamines.
Yeah, I'm a huge fisher too. I like to fish.
Oh yeah,
Oh, they
my
started
God.
slinging cocaine
Bro.
and worms out the liquor store.
Oh my
bro. I the first time I went to that Bass Pro Shop in Missouri, it's huge.
Yeah.
And it is
Really?
impressive.
It is a cool one.
I think okay. Listen, I'm gonna say this: if you from Florida, you from Miami, you got to know how to fish and how to surf. That's one of the two things you should know how to do. And even if you're from like coastal areas, like you got to get on the water, you got to get in there and figure it out, man. Because
I haven't surfed. I body surfed, but I ain't never been on a board.
you float.
I floated
You float.
on a wave.
I don't float. My ass sinks.
Float, man. Floating
Floating
is
with the
good.
fishes.
I'm
Oh,
sinking.
I almost drowned when I was 8.
Oh,
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I need to learn how to swim like, real quick. I need to learn how to swim.
That was it, the typical stereotype.
Yeah, I was like, when I was underwater and I seen this fish like go by, I was like, yeah, I think it's time to learn how to swim now.
He's like, I live in Miami. I gotta swim.
Yeah, you got to.
I got
Got
caught
to.
in like one of those rip currents once when
Yeah.
I was in South Carolina. I was like 15, 16.
Nice.
The water scares me after that, bro. I'm like,
Yeah.
the power, it just moved my ass quick out.
Yeah.
And I'm,
When I first heard about the Missouri River, and then I heard about how the currents in that river is crazy.
yeah, don't swim in that stuff.
Yeah, they said that
Nah,
some
yeah.
people died in there and everything. I was
Fuck around, come like
yo.
a toxic Avenger and shit coming out of
Yeah.
that water.
Between
it's
all the
crazy.
shit that's in the water, all the
Yeah.
gross stuff in the water, man.
I'm still
Yeah.
trying to convince my dad to come up
From
here to
him all the way
Miami.
up
He's
in.
not coming.
All the way up in Sioux City. You don't have too much
It ain't too
shit
bad.
coming down the waters.
Not yet. It's when you get to the Omaha area that things start to get
That's
bad.
crazy. If I could convince my people to deal with the snow, they may come up here. But they not snow people. Not at all.
Yeah, it
Especially in
happens.
Florida, man.
Right.
Miami, when I was there, it's like 80 degrees, 90 degrees humidity at 6 and 5 in the morning. I'm like, oh, it's
Raining twice a day and shit.
no, it rains. In the morning, it'll rain for like 20 minutes for like an hour.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the day just sticky.
And they have sun
Yeah.
showers.
Yep.
Yeah, where it be
Yeah.
bright and then it just start
Oh,
raining just out of nowhere.
I was there for 8 days.
It's a lit spot.
Yeah, it is.
Did you probably go to the clubs?
It was for my honeymoon.
Oh, honeymoon. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you,
Shut
You
your
got-
ass.
ain't that a bitch?
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a good spot for the vibes
Yeah,
too.
it
It's
was,
cool.
yeah, we can end the show on that.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking?
All
right.
All right, fellas, we'll hit the
For
button.
sure.
Great
Thank
time.
y'all.
Yeah, thanks for coming, boss.
Run it.
Come and jump in the ride, hop on the bus. We gon' slide, be outside when we pick you up. Take you to a place where you can open up your mind. Say what you gotta say, and nobody blinks an eye.